Well, I'm hoping in the next week or two to get up to North Wales, so I thought I'd do a view of Snowdon and in the snow. Um, and want to get some warmth in the sky here if I can, so let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Okay, so we'll go for a warmer colour first off. Just why not get a little bit of this in as well. And except plenty of water, so it's all merging. And I'm going for some ultramarine blue. There we go. It's a very steep angle I'm working at when you're working wet in wet like this. In some ways, it's a bit mad really, because the water's all flowing down. But so you should just rest it on a book really, and that's the best angle for watercolour. I'm only doing this like this because of for demonstrating. Makes it that much easier. So I started with the lighter colours first, and now what I'll do, I'll go in with some darker colour now. And I'm going to use less water, which will mean that it'll stay better, it won't spread so much. And let's just try an area up here. There we go. So I don't want to come down too far because it's going to spread anyway. But I think that's not so bad. And we'll come up here. And I've used light red and ultramarine blue. And there we go. So yeah, you've got to be ever so quick with the sky. You don't want to labour it at all. Because it dries within just over a minute really. So, and then you're going to get hard edges, which you don't want. You want it quite soft. So I'm going to bring this down here because I want the light, see, catching this area by here. That's the aim. Because you're going to have the white snow here, and it's got to register against that. So, and I think we're more or less there. We don't want much more than that really. And that's the panic over. Normally it's a cup of coffee, quieten down, and panic over, and then we just build on it bit by bit, really. But I think we want much more than that, and that's really the sky done. But while I have done that, I'm just going to get ahead a little bit, and so why don't I get some of the what will be in shadow here with the snow. I think I can get that in fairly quickly, actually. And I'm using marine with a little bit of cerulean blue as well. You see the difference between these two blues. And what I want to do is some will be a darker blue than the other. I'm keeping away from that sky. It's going to merge in there if I'm not careful. And there we go. So, and yeah, I can see more or less where I'm going now with all this. I'll leave some whites for the white of the snow to stand out, and we'll just get that in there perhaps a little bit. And I think, yeah, that'll do it a bit now. Don't do any more than that, and that's job done. Session now of Snowdon in snow, and what I'm going to do is mix some burnt umber with the ultramarine blue, and for this distant hill. But what I need to do here now, first of all, clean water. And just wet that with clean water, and because I've done that, what you'll see is this now. It'll just merge into that, and let's see what we got going on here now. So it's a hard edge up till there, but then I want the effect of mist. So now what will happen now is that we'll just merge into nothing up here now. There we go. And it's as easy as that. So you've got the effect of that mountain now in mist by that. And I should really wipe that and get that, soak that away to actually nothing up here. That's it. There we go. So I might drop a little bit more in there, perhaps. Just a little bit more now. And then that will just spread in there and go to nothing. Right, okay, so I can leave that safely there now. Just bring him up there a little bit, perhaps. There we go. Could have said to me the other day, you're talking to yourself a lot. I said, I've been talking to myself for about 50 years. But there we go. Now then, let's have a look. So what I want to do now is get some of the crags in. And so I'm going to have light red, because I want to get a bit of warmth in here first off. So why don't I keep to the top up here first? So there we go. And I'm just going to define the edges of all this, and then I can come in darker again and light with the snow. And let's got to be careful here now, because that's wet. If I go too much into there, we'll have some nasty things happening, which we don't want. So there we go. So let's get this edge of this up here. It needs to be warmer, some more light red in here really. That's better. That's better. I'll keep that coming down now. But already now you can start to see the shape of all this now. And I'll be going over it all with some white gouache to get a lot of the detail in. There we go. So let's keep to that on this side over here again. See, you can just take your time with this, because you haven't got to worry about parts drying at all. So once the sky is done, and but I'm going to be coming over these more with a darker brown later. I just want to get the effect, the composition is working. I want the light coming through there. So we'll get some more of this down here. And here, and down in here. And we're nearly there actually, for this session. And then we can come in the last session to get all the detail in. But snow scenes don't take that long, because you're using the white of the paper, which is great. So you've got to watch, all this is a bit varied. You don't want it boring. That's the last thing you want. So I'm going to get a piece up there. I still think I can get away with that. It's starting to go off a bit. There we go. Okay. And then all you want really is to get some of the crags in by here. Like this is foreground here. So I haven't got to first, be too detailed with that. It's just get a bit of darks in here. And then there we go. That's it. So I've gone lighter first too. And that'll be enough for the foreground too. There we go. Don't much more than that. Well, we can leave that there for now. Now to the third session where we're finishing off this painting in Snowdon. I was saying that Gwyneth and I are hoping to get up there in a week or two now to have a little bit of a break. And usually in the winter, I will break up in North Wales and travelling around. And yeah, we normally stay in Llandudno, a nice base to go from. I want the light to catch up there, which I feel it's take the eye up there really. So what I need to do, I'm going to get some gouache, and that's why you never have to worry about mistakes. You always rectify. I lost the whiteness up here, so let's get this in. There we go. Yep, that's better. Yeah, go nothing to the shops, and then there's a good Christian bookshop there, and there's a big second-hand section upstairs. Very good, very reasonable. I tend to replenish my stock when I get up there for the winter, and had some real good finds up there actually over the years. So yeah, now that I'm a bit happier with that now, because the eye, that's the area you want it to go to. So I only want a little bit of detail, nothing much now at this point now, just a little bit. I don't want to just get that in there. There we go. A little bit there, not much. Don't be overdoing this. Just want to get that little bit of definition. A little bit going on down here. And over here. And I think we're more or less done here, as much as we want to do with this now. And yeah, only end up messing around. But let's just get a mount on that and see how we're getting on. Let's have a look here. And yeah, there we go. That's a snow scene of been snow. But I think what I might do, and if we can get a mount on, I need to get the effect of some snow up on here. This is the lovely thing with the gouache, see, with the white, you can do this. And it's only a suggestion. So let's get a little bit up here as well. And I think that's about it. And there we go. That's job done.